Any good rib stories from early on in your career?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they had the Mabel deal. You know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We did a lot of that.
You might want to explain it to people that don't know.
Well, okay. Well, you know, the Mabel deal is we all loved women. So they'd all talk about these loose women here, and they said, hey, this one lady. But the only problem is, he said, we'll do it at the right time. And you'll say, what do you mean the right time? I said, well, she does have a husband, but he's out on the road, just like you guys are, driving a truck. Oh, okay. He said, man, she's great. Oh, Lord, man. And I remember they told me one time that this would look like Faye Dunaway, you know, and so, which I like. Anyways, you go up there, and then what you do is, you know, knock on the door, and there she is. They open the door and everything, and the lights go out, and all of a sudden they burst through that kitchen window like that and fire that gun up in there. Boom! They said, oh my God. And then those people, you know, and I've known a lot of the guys, like Frank Marconi, he was highly religious, and they did everything in the world to get Frank to do it. They said, all right, I'll do it just to satisfy you guys. And he ran to the nearest church and got down on his knees.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those Mabels were good, and oh yeah, the new guys had come in, and we had this particular kind of heat powder.
All right.
And we used to put it down in the, you know, when they hang their clothes up, getting their razzling trim, so we put them down the crotch, under the arms, and we'd follow them. They'd be in their own car, follow them out of town, and they wouldn't want to sell it in front of us veterans, see. But we'd get down the road, and we'd see them, and they'd be out there and having their trousers down the side of the road.
That's awesome. What about any good road stories from early on?
Good wrestlers?
Like, no, road stories. Any good road stories?
Whoa, yeah. Well, road stories, yeah, people always followed us. That was the norm. You know, in the moons, we always, you know, everybody was mooning everybody. Road stories. There's quite a few of them that I remember. Dale Lewis, he's gone now. Dale Lewis was always highly particular about his car. And he had a wreck in Georgia. Instead of totaling his car, it was a Pontiac. He loved it. He went and built it, and he was always, from that point on, I used to ride with him sometimes, and he'd always say, you know, Akbar, he said, they never got all the creeks out. I said, well, you should have had a total. So Joe Hamilton and I, one time, we took his hubcap off and put some gravel in it. You know, while he was already in the arena, and Jody said, look at it, this is the perfect time to do it. So we put those hubcaps, that gravel in hubcaps, it drove him insane, man. I went to Columbus from Atlanta with him. So, and we used to run Milledgeville about once every 12 weeks, and that's the criminally insane, and the women's prison.
Right.
So I went to Milledgeville with him, and I said, Dale, I said, listen, why don't you get out of the car, get on your all fours, and I'll drive a little bit. And he said, I don't know what's coming from those wheels or something. So you can picture this. He's on his hands and knees, and I'm going about 5 miles an hour. And this guy in Milledgeville says, hey, this guy belongs in here with us. Oh yeah, there were so many ribs that they'll come to me. Oh, they had just ribs after ribs. We did it to everybody. But you know what that does is, I think your mind is more at ease, keeps you more loose.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
I guess, what did you like most about the Texas territories?
Well, it was closer to home for me. Texas, as I mentioned before, it was different working concept. Everybody in this area, which became world class and then Mid-South, they loved a personal issue. And those folks know when you're going out there and you breaking butt, and I mean, you're really getting after it, they know.
Right.
And this is what you had to do in Texas to get over, because this is what they were used to. And eventually Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, they're all great wrestling states. And Tennessee was too, and they survived. My goodness, I never was an advocate of scaffold matches. I didn't think they were believable. The thing is, you can have them, but nobody ever really broke an ankle. So this is the way I always thought. This is what Lou would always tell me. He said, well, when the people would get home the next day, they'd pop that night, then they'd be around the breakfast table and say, well, hey, logically, really nobody got hurt. But, Tennessee survived all that circus stuff they did up there for years.
Right.
And still survived. That's why they'll say, is the wrestling business dead? Did somebody kill the wrestling business? You can't kill it entirely. Now, there's a lot of things that happen that we would, I really don't, it's not my cup of tea. What they're doing now, I like it better, but that's their house, and they can do, that's what they're doing right now.
What are your thoughts, since we're talking about current events, what are your thoughts on what WWE did last year with Muhammad Hassan?
I thought it was really a lame.
It was watered down.
Yeah, very watered down.
Right.
And I believe initially it was done that way, and I think what they were worried about. Now, of course, they probably had this up here on this burner and this burner. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So this was down here, but what they were worried about was public opinion about it.
Right. They didn't want to get ratings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They get in trouble.
Right.
As far as guys that you like to manage, who are some of your favorite guys that you like to manage early on?
Early on, the Mathematics, Kamala, the Missing Link,
Right.
The One Man Gang. Oh gosh, there was a lot of guys. There was a lot of guys a lot of people didn't heard of, but they were with me. Motor City Madman.
Right.
Let's see. Oh gosh, my list goes on and on. I was even with the Blackjack Mulligan for a long while, and I enjoyed. Those are some of the guys I really enjoyed.
What was it like traveling with guys like Kamala and Missing Link, because the characters are so unique? And
Well, we took care of that. Kamala, we never went out and ate, more or less. We always bring the food to the room.
Right.
And because, the thing about it is, I was so conspicuous. Everybody knew me, and suppose I go into a restaurant, and there's this big black guy with a baseball hat on or something like that, and they'll say, hey, wait a minute, that's Akbar, that might be,
Right.
or could be. We took care of that so much. He lives close to Memphis. And even when we went to Memphis, I really never heard any say, hey, that guy's from Detroit, he's an elevator operator. No. We really took care of that.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.